Oh no, puppet, please stay. Oh Jesus, I forgot. Hey there, and welcome back to Five Nights at Playtime Freddy's Remastered, where last time we pretty much went through the entirety of like I guess what you call the base game, right? First 5 nights, where we kind of learned about this rivalry between two siblings. Or, well, it's a one-sided rivalry, really, and that rivalry has caused a jealous brother to pretty much go out of their way to ruin their brother's business, even though they end up being co-owner of it during this whole process, pretty much killing children to ruin their reputation and whatnot. And by the end, we got a phone call, I think, from one of the mechanics telling us to, get out of there. They were talking about some of the reports about, like, sounds and visions, I think, that were happening inside the restaurant. And even at one point, I think there was also, like, another cutscene where a door opens to reveal another animatronic in the shadows, one that we haven't seen yet. And I'm guessing that's going to be part of Night 6. So that's pretty much where we have to, head to now, pretty much. So far in terms of the story, it seems pretty standard. Oh, right, puppet. Story seems pretty standard regarding this rivalry. I'm curious to see what else we might learn, though. Now, it's been a couple days, so...
Hello? Hey, Rebecca, isn't it? I'm not sure why you're back in the building. Remember last night? I told you to leave and then not come back.
Yeah, you did tell us that.
Those robots, they aren't normal robots anymore. Check their system again, and it looks like someone inserted some type of malicious code into the system. I have no idea who in their right mind would do that, but it is not safe there. It is not safe to be around them. I'm not sure if you'll be able to run to the exit with them roaming the building. You'll have to make it until 6 a.m. until their nighttime mode shuts down. Then you can make a run for it. Please, just be careful. I don't want to report another dead body on this property.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna take me a while to get back up to speed, I think. I haven't played it since Friday, so it's gonna take some getting used to again.
Please, just be careful.
Foxy's here.
I don't want to report another dead body on this property. Good luck.
Damn it, there was a sound in there. Oh, yeah, I have to close the door. I got worried about I was getting worried about the power. I gotta ignore the power. I just gotta close the doors and make sure that I'm secure enough to at least like know when there should be closed and open, because it's like I can't even speak during this night. It's just there's too much going on for me to even try to do so. So I'm probably gonna be quiet as I attempt this entire night. Power's looking close. Oh my god. Damn it. That was not a good run by any means. I kept getting, like, power's too low there. Ruddles, damn it, I didn't hear it event. Oh boy. Trying to do this mouse with just the keyboard is actually, like, it's somewhat easy, but it's also, like, very nerve-wracking. I'm trying to make sure I hit the right buttons. Just one misclick and I'm screwed. Down to the wire here. Let's go. Yeah, okay, I actually got into a good rhythm there, but it was like, I had to be like, kind of like very self-conscious of what buttons I was pressing there, because like, when I first tried doing that, oh wait, hold on.
It's Bill again.
Bill
I
again.
know last night was a lot of trouble for you.
The mechanic, right?
I could barely imagine how frightened you must have felt.
Very.
But don't worry, you'll never have to return to that dreadful place ever again.
Oh, is it
I
gonna shut
actually
down?
managed to convince Robert to scrap the animatronics since, they're not the safest thing around. It really upset him that his dream restaurant had to be shut down, just like the first one. But, I want to tell you something that I discovered. I was making my way to the fun place around 6 a.m. to help load the animatronics and pack a few things, and while I was heading back to parts and service to get my tools, I came across this weird binder filled with notes. I found it stuffed in one of the animatronics' heads. I took a look inside, and it was full of so many god-awful plans, all about different ways to take Robert's business out.
Yep.
There were detailed and gruesome plots about killing and descriptive notes about tampering with the AI. Saying all that, I'm sure you can get a good idea of who's behind all the hell that's been breaking out here. I should have known that man wasn't right in the head. He is the reason the animatronics were acting so aggressive. That creep caused all of this. His plan was to change the AI of the animatronics to make them act aggressive. And what makes it even worse is he wanted blood. He wanted to cause suffering to not only his brother, but the people who supported his business.
Ah.
So he went after easy targets, even if that meant children. I showed Robert my discovery, and he was really distraught. He couldn't believe his own brother would do such a thing. By the time we contacted the police and showed them the evidence, George was gone. Listen, I just wanted to tell you that he's still out there somewhere, so please just keep an eye out and be safe.
Yeah, I was trying to put subtitles for that because the music is very loud. I'll try and explain some of it afterwards. I got terminated for knowing classified information. Okay. Well, I didn't want to be here anyway. I like them apples. But there you go. That's I guess that is the true ending, or I guess the final ending to Five Nights at Playtime Freddy's Remastered. I pretty much already gave my thoughts on the game to some extent. I think that, story-wise, I think I said I would hold off a little bit. I don't know. Again, it's been a couple days, so I'm trying to recollect myself. But it seems I guess towards the end, right, he was explaining about, the binder was George Afton's, that's Robert's brother, so I guess it is still, the Afton family in this case, or, a different version of the Afton family. But instead of, Henry and William, obviously, two different families, this is one family in general. And in general, it seems okay, yeah, obviously, George, became co-owner, this was all, and then he had this plan to ruin the business. It seems like he probably had a hand in ruining the first business that Robert had, right? I think that was the situation where Robert's wife died. I think that's why that first location went down. And then you had the second one, which is the one that this takes place in, Freddy's Fun Place. And he pretty much hacked into the animatronics and uploaded pretty much code that made them more violent. It's why we pretty much were going through what we went through here in this game, right? So rather than dealing with haunted animatronics, we're dealing with animatronics that were pretty much sabotaged and intent on causing harm to, as he put it, people that supported Robert's business, right? Not only did that extend to, for example, he did, kill a bunch of kids himself, but he also had the animatronics just get a bad reputation on its own. In general, I think I have to leave Custom Night for another time, just because I have a feeling I'm going to want to dedicate a whole video to that, just so I can get completely wrecked. But now let's go into extras. Let's see what we have here. We have animatronics, so we're probably just going to be able to see, the different models, right? So, Playtime Freddy. Oh, can we, go? Oh, okay, this is, to rotate them. Little Freddles are here to join us as well. Musical rhythm. Okay. How do I go back, though? Oh, backspace. There we go. Playtime Chica with that kind of it's like a double cupcake, actually. One cake, one cupcake. Cupcake Blast. It's nice that they have their own little, paraphernalia and arcade machine. Playtime Puppet. Luckily, I never had to see this thing. Of course, you have the boxes over there on the shelf, along with presents that the puppet would give out to the children. Actually, that is something that is, well, hold on, actually, because that is something that's actually weird, because the game kind of insinuates, on one hand, that the animatronics are haunted because the puppet gave life to the kids, right? Gave gifts, right? Give life, you know, that whole, you know, concept. But then they mention about the code, so it's like maybe the code forced the haunted animatronics to be more violent. I don't know, you know, I'm not quite sure. Or maybe, like, right now they were haunted and they were after us, but their original, like, bad behavior was because of the code. Or maybe it's a mix of the two, again. Hard to tell. Dream Fredbear. Interesting name. Keep hands out of machinery. I think that this is one of the prototypes from the first location, I imagine. Hence the lack of paraphernalia, any merchandising. Prototype and twin. Yeah, these things look absolutely gnarly. Like, what the hell? Like, ugh. Yeah, these things should stay in the back forever. Playtime body. Rockin' Jam. Who else do we have here? Playtime Foxy. Pirate with their own cutlass and everything. Golden Adventure. I'm just trying to click on anything, see if anything triggers. Along with their Mighty Parrot. Playtime BB and JJ. Balloon Flight. Dream Spring Bonnie, another character from the first location. And then Shadow Playtime Freddy. So this, okay, so this is definitely a spirit, obvious. I think that's obviously a safe bet for sure, right? They were the ones that kept like haunting us throughout the night, and you can't click on them or else you get jump scared. Now, let's take a look at behind the scenes. Oh, we have like 4 different things here. Animatronic endos, so you can actually see like the different endoskeletons for the characters. Even up to like the cupcakes and everything. And they actually do have like different designs. The puppet barely has an endoskeleton to begin with. I can't speak. Dream Fredbear, jeez. Ugh. Yeah, of course, there you have the prototype ones. Little Playtimes, the little Freddles, and the parrot even. As for the map, I guess we could take a look at some of the cameras since we don't really get to appreciate as much in the later nights. Let's see here. Anything... I mean, this is pretty much the same layout that we had in those minigames, if I remember correctly. Endoskeleton Employee of the Month, George Afton. Yeah, for the longest time, I don't know if they mentioned their name at all in those minigames or in those like little cutscenes with like the tapes, but I don't know. Like, for the longest time, I didn't know what to call the brothers. I just kept saying brother because I didn't know if they ever mentioned a name or not. Unused content. Dream Fredbear. Also, these are like maybe like old models or, you know, different ideas for models that just never came to fruition. Blacklight Dream Fredbear sounds like something out of FNAF AR for sure. Blacklight Dream Spring Bonnie. Shadow Playtime Bonnie, but instead they just stuck with the Freddy. Even a little bit jump scare, so a whole mechanic possibly could have been introduced, but they decided to keep it out. Little bit. So that's a nice little way of phrasing it. Little bit. They would have probably been a vent character, I imagine. Old model. So yeah, some characters that didn't make the final cut could have had completely different mechanics as well, that we just don't have in the main game. And then the work in progress, seeing like the development for the models, Freddy, Chica, Foxy, BB and JJ, the puppet, Dream Fredbear, Spring Bonnie, the little Freddles, Playtime Bonnie. Okay, jump scares, prepare your ears. I don't know if this one will have audio. Oh, no audio. Okay, thank goodness. Office, power outage. We actually, you know, I'm actually surprised we didn't get power outage on night 6. I was honestly, we were really close to it for sure. Little Playtimes. Interesting that the little Playtimes are just connected to Playtime Freddy, I guess. It's kind of like as if Playtime Freddy sent them out. And obviously I have Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Puppet, ugh, BB and JJ completely crowding you. Dream Fredbear. Wait, current. Hold on. Some of them have like qualifiers. I just noticed. Hold on. Office. Ceiling vent. Oh yeah, if you accidentally close it too early, you just fall on top of you. Dream Fredbear had an old one. You can kind of see a little bit of difference there. This one just looks like he's being like a chatterbox. Here he's actually lunging a little bit towards you. Dream Spring Bonnie. This is a lot more like the chatterbox one. Prototype the little Munch twin, kind of similar to Dreamspring Bonnie, and then Shadow Playtime Freddy. That one we definitely saw. And then finally a blueprints. I wonder if there's anything interesting to see about the blueprints, or maybe just like just to see here. Playtime Freddy, 6.2 feet tall, 270 pounds. Bonnie, they have like this like is that part of the endoskeleton? No, that's not part of the endoskeleton. It's like a, or maybe that's just the, I think that's just a pattern for Freddy. Never mind. Actually, no, because even Bonnie kind of has it. Bonnie looks like they have like this pod in, in their center. Huh. Okay, 6.5 feet, 275 pounds. Chica, 6 foot, 260. Playtime Foxy, 6.2 feet, 280 pounds. No wonder he can burst right through that vent, huh? Playtime Puppet, 7 feet tall, but of course 120, barely any endoskeleton to go around. BB and JJ are 4 feet tall, 90 pounds. Dream Fredbear, 6.3 feet, 300 pounds, the heaviest of the animatronics. 270 pounds for Dream Spring Bonnie, 6.1 feet. Prototype and Twin. They don't have proper names, you just have code names. 6.5 feet, 240 pounds, and obviously the count is 2 for 2 animatronics. And then Little Playtimes, 2 feet tall, 40 pounds each, 3 of them in total. And the Parrot, Playtime Parrot, 1 foot tall, 20 pounds. Also, I did notice that there's differences in the copyright. Like, for the Playtimes, it's 2000 for Roberts Robotics. There was also, let's see here, for Dream Fredbear it was Roberts Robotics, but 1997 obviously for the first location. So these 4 characters were part of the first location. Everyone else was from 2000, aka the second location. All right, you know what? Let's just a little taste, just to get an idea of what in the world. What is that? 1020, 1220? I don't know how many characters are in this one. This one, yeah, this one. I don't know if I could ever do this without the keybinds. So this one should be interesting. Let's see. Let's see how far I can get first try. Oh no, puppet, please stay. Oh Jesus, I forgot.
You fool! You should have been attention to me.
I don't know what that second part is. I just heard, you fool! Okay, yeah, that's gonna take some time. Honestly, I mean, I got to 1 AM. I just gotta... The main tricky part is obviously gonna keep up with the puppet. And also, gotta be careful with the vent. I don't want to let the vent stay closed for too long. Honestly, if I can just... Like, I need the keybinds. I need those keyboard controls, because without those, I'd be ruined. Because pretty much the ones that I'm using right now are mainly for... Well, no, they're pretty much the door lights and the door controls in general, right? So Z and C, along with A and D for the left and right doors. W's for the vent. And E is for the vent light. I'm not gonna use the keybinds for the music box because there's no point. Space, like that, stuff like that's gonna mess me up if I try and use too many keybinds at once. So for now, it's pretty much the 6 keybinds I got, and I'm gonna try and use that strategy to my benefit. But of course, with all that said, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, comment, let me know what you enjoyed from the video and what you want to see from me. The game will be in the description below as always. Also, if you haven't seen my latest story breakdown of Five Nights at Fang's Pizza and Theater, it'll be in the description below, as well as a playlist of all my other story breakdowns that I've done before. And with that said, I'll see you in another video. Take care.